What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Star Wars? Is it the spectacular battles? Is it a specific place like Naboo or Tatooine, or perhaps a certain character? Well, if you're anything like me, your mind went straight to arguably the most iconic thing in all of Star Wars, lightsabers. Specifically, the lightsaber fights, and I thought I'd take a look at the legendary duels of the original trilogy, comparing their styles and appreciating how far lightsaber fights have come in just the first 3 films. I'm Zach from the Five Nights Tavern, and today we'll be comparing the lightsaber duels of the original trilogy. Let's get started. Starting with A New Hope, it's easy to overlook the battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader aboard the Death Star now that we have so many other, arguably better fights to compare it to. But I want to take a step back and appreciate the birth of the lightsaber fight. Is it a bit stiff and awkward? Sure. But given that this was Lucas's first attempt at this, I'd say everyone involved did a solid job. The fight also benefits from the tension between Obi-Wan and Vader. Back then we didn't really understand the full picture of their relationship, but as an audience we could still feel the broken connection they used to have. The same can be said for Luke. As the vessel for the audience, him watching his mentor fight and eventually sacrifice himself resonates with us. It's almost like we lost our mentor, and we could share some of that emotion. Fun fact, at the beginning of this fight, you can actually see a small wire poking out of Obi-Wan's robes. This was the power cord to the lightsaber that slipped past the editors and has forever been immortalized now. Overall, this first duel was an interesting introduction for the audience to lightsaber duels, but the future would show that this was only our first step into a larger world. The Empire Strikes Back's duel between Luke and Vader would quickly show drastic improvements compared to A New Hope. Not only has the choreography greatly improved, but also has the cinematography and the look of the lightsabers themselves. It all feels more bright and vibrant, especially against the cold and dark machinery of Cloud City. The fight is also elevated by the fact that Darth Vader has total control over this situation for the most part, and the choreography really helps to accentuate that fact. Luke is doing his best and even manages to land a couple of good moves, but he is hopelessly outmatched here. Vader isn't so much trying to fight as he is trying to talk to Luke, and as the fight drags on and Luke loses more and more ground, the tension ramps up as it becomes clear that the hero is not going to win this one. For the second time in a row, Vader is going to come out victorious. And of course, who can forget the legendary moment where Luke learns the truth about Vader being his father? It's all really good stuff. I know I'm talking a lot about the story beats here, but it's important to recognize that the fights of the original trilogy were just as much about the story and characters, if not more so, than the spectacle of the fight. Without substance, these duels wouldn't have any real lasting impact. As we arrive at Return of the Jedi, we are treated to the culmination of everything learned from the past 2 movies. The choreography and cinematography have been tuned to near perfection as Luke and Vader engage in a fantastic and powerful fight. Gone are the days of stiff motions and janky camera work, and in its place is a scene that represents everything right with lightsaber duels. As mentioned before, without substance, this fight would be meaningless, but thankfully this is far from the case here. Luke is on a mission to bring his father back to the light, and we see sort of a mirror of the fight from The Empire Strikes Back. Luke is now more or less on level with Vader, and rather than wanting to kill him, Luke is doing his absolute best to get his father to listen to him, and on multiple occasions tries to de-escalate the fight. Vader, of course, is having none of this for the most part and continues to pressure Luke, and the tension cannot be higher as we witness the ultimate battle of good and evil, culminating in Luke temporarily losing his cool and lashing out at Vader, overpowering him and cutting off the very same hand that Luke had lost. Coming to his senses and realizing that he won't walk the path of hate that his father did, he throws down his weapon, ending the fight, and eventually succeeds in turning Vader back into Anakin as he sacrifices himself to save his son. The emotional climax, along with the frankly incredible duel itself, has cemented Return of the Jedi's fight as one of the very best in all of Star Wars. Going back and looking at how far lightsaber fights had come in such a short period of time was really fun, but what did y'all think of the duels from the original trilogy? Which one was your favorite and why? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm closing in on 400 subscribers and it's just an incredible blessing. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, cheers.